a paperclip one time.
And
The wine. So tonight's wine is Sutter Home's Merlot. Sutter Home is one of my favorites. The Sutter Home Family Vineyards. It's one of my personal favorites because it's delicious.
I'm like that fat kid waiting for the first piece of cake when they cut it. I'm like, cake!
Here, you get the first
I'm like,
one.
why? No, you should get...
I'm like,
Cheers!
cheers!
Cheers, kiddos!
Cheers to you guys! Oh yeah, just what I needed.
Ooh!
Nice and powerful, right?
Look at...
Piel de gallina.
Goose.
There we go.
Piel de gallina, yeah.
Piel de gallina.
I know my little chicken skin, girl. It's cold, and it hit my tooth, or my teeth, I should say. Well, my one good tooth. It hit my teeth, and then they gave me the goosebumps. But it's like the
Nice and strong.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
I love that about Merlot. It's just like
it does hit the spots.
yeah. My experience when it's come to tattoos, I've always been very selective. I have a crucifix under my back that you've seen.
Yeah.
And that was as an honorary statement for my great grandma and my husband who passed within 6 months of each other. So that's always on my back. That's right here on my neck, and I wear it proudly and back. And then I have this tattoo right here that some people might have seen already. And it's basically Carpe Diem, which is exactly what I did today. I seized the day. Further information to come. Not right now, though.
Yeah, not right now. We're going to wait on that. We do have to wait on that. But the
Yes.
big news, which is awesome.
Yes.
News. Moving on forward with that and moving on to bigger and better things.
So this was actually something my English teacher from middle school / high school, she got me into literature, basically. She's super awesome. I absolutely love her. She does follow me on Facebook, so. Hi, Miss Angelone. I love her. I mean, I have amazing English teachers. Miss Zaparito was another one.
I have Mr. Orellana. You were my history teacher in middle
Don't
school.
you just hate when you love your teachers and then you
Mr.
have to move
Backrad
on?
was my film teacher in high school, and I've always wanted to be a film director. And I did a couple of films thanks to him in high school.
And now you can't even do this.
No. Girl, I'm like, now when it has to do anything with editing, I'm like, what? Because everything was so, we used to use Final Cut Pro, which is only an Apple program, and this was when we had the, remember the Apple computers, the ones that had
the clear one,
the clear one, but it was like different colors?
Yeah.
So we had a bunch of those in blue, so we used those, and then we used Sony, like, camcorders and recorded. I did two documentaries. One did show at Sundance for up-and-coming film artists, and it was just a bunch of high schools from different places across the United States, and they all did their own little documentary, and you got to show your documentary. And so it was only like I think mine was like a 15-minute documentary at the time. Where that stuff is at, I have no clue, but it was like a really big honor. One, that I was the only 9th grader the first year that I went. There was no other 9th graders. It was only 11th to 12th graders and myself, so I was like, mocosa, you know, I'm like, ooh. And then the second year, I was the only student that went 2 years in a row. So the second year, I was 9th and 10th grade. And then by 11th grade, they cut the program. Unfortunately, LUSD didn't have enough funds to keep it. So he kept it as an after-school program for us. And we just kept working with him for a while. But it's like that type of teacher that kept, like, gave you such an impact. And we're friends on Facebook. Hi, Mr. Background. Like, he was a very hands-on teacher. And, you know, God bless him and wherever he's at. There's always a handful of teachers that you remember that, you know, are like there for you like that, you know?
Yeah.
You know, like
I can remember most of my teachers' names. I mean, I'm friends on Facebook and social media with a lot of my most important teachers. You know, like, dude, my life would have sucked without you if you hadn't been a teacher in my life. But Mr. Doug Castillo, I see you.
Thank you.
He is so awesome. When I was in his class, obviously, it's all the kids from the hood, you know, we're all in the same class. His class was room 15. And we had, like, a news broadcast type of thing project.
Cute.
And I remember I had some of my friends, they played and they pretended to be, they were doing, like, air guitar and stuff. But they were performing as the Beatles to "She Loves You" and you know you can.
Shut up! How cute is that?
And then I was a newscaster, and I had like the whole suit, like the whole thing. My mom dressed me up.
360 right now. You're newscaster status right now.
Right?
Third grade is hitting you in the face right now.
That's why these teachers are making such an impact, and you never know how it's going to impact the students in the future. Like, I'm over here with a mic, just like I was in that cute video when I was in third grade. And I was like, I'll be like,
as you can tell, we grew up on novelas. It's okay.
Mexican novela.
Yeah. To get sidetracked.
I want to do WWMD.
What's that?
What would Medea do?
Oh my god! Talking about that, there is this video on Instagram that I saw, and it's like when your wife is remodeling the new home.
Oh my god, I saw that one from
something dad.
Yeah,
not super dad. Cool dad.
Something like that. Yeah,
something like that.
Oh
and
god,
the wife is like, "When are we gonna have stairs? When is this hole on the roof gonna be fixed? Is this electricity?" And then she gets electricity. But she says, Joanna, you know who Joanna Gaines is?
Yeah, Joanna Gaines.
Okay,
what
so
Joanna Gaines do?
Yeah, she's like, what did she say? WWJGD. She said, what would Joanna Gaines do? And then she commented on his video, which was hilarious.
Oh, that is so good.
Yeah, she commented on his video, and I was like, that is gonna be me.
That is so cool.
It's hilarious. It was a funny video.
She's awesome. I love her.
So, in all honesty, there's good dads, there's mediocre dads, there's dads that don't exist, and then,
there's dads that were there and messed up, but, eventually you grew to love them again.
Yeah, so, I mean, I did not always have the best relationship, like I said, with my biological dad. I don't know him. I remember meeting him a couple of times. He never made me feel like I wasn't part of the family, but he never went out of his way to make me feel part of his family, if you know what I'm saying. So he never made me feel less than or more than. So it was just...
Yeah.
He was very respectful.
He basically treated you exactly like if you were his daughter. Like, there's no maybe...
Little by little, I started noticing, this is my daughter. This is my oldest daughter. Like, never in my life would I thought that he would say, like, that's my oldest daughter. And from that, that's my dad. Like, when I was younger, I would call him by his first name, Julio. And then... after that, I just call him, that's my dad. Even till this day, it's like, that's my dad. Oh my god, my dad. But even though we're not talking, that's still my dad at the end of the day.
Yeah. I grew up in a house with my dad there.
He was there.
He wasn't perfect. But you know what? I think not to excuse his behavior. I think when he found out why my relationship with him got the way it did, the way that he reacted, it just totally, just sealed it up. Because he demonstrated that, you know what, I'm sorry, I fucked up.
He acknowledged it.
Yeah, he acknowledged it. He was like, I fucked up, I should have been there for you. I never should have allowed you to be in this situation. It really strengthened our relationship. I love when I call my grandma because, I call my grandma very regularly now.
Yeah.
I hit her up. I'm like, what are you doing this day? And if my dad's at the house, he's like, ¿Dónde está mi niña?
Yeah.
I'm like, so I might not see him because I'm on video chat with my grandma, not him. But I always, I'm sorry, but don't mess with me in my video chat with my grandma. But
you've been working.
But she's the love of my life. She's the love of my life, and he knows it. But I'm really looking forward to going to LA. I'm going to have to go very soon. I think, you
needed that crack to be sealed with him acknowledging the mistakes. But the fact that things did happen.
Yeah.
And the fact that he...
And I mean, these things I will talk about.
At some other time. This is not the time to talk about it. We're talking about just dads in general.
Right now,
my dad has not acknowledged his faults. He has not acknowledged his addiction. But, I mean, he's still a human being. I still love him, but I need to love him at a distance. I cannot enable or...
aside from our fathers, a couple of amazing dads that I feel like I would like to kind of, speak up about. Your husband, Bob, Bob is the shit.
He's amazing.
He's like, dude, like, he's a new dad, obviously.
He's a new dad in
He's a
his
new dad,
late 30s.
But before he was a new dad, he was a dad because he's been amazing with Bella.
Oh, yeah.
And that's like, dude, like,
Look,
hats off, homie.
Yeah, for anybody who can step in and treat a child that's not theirs as their own, I commend you. Like, not only him, his mom, his dad, his family, all his nieces and nephews, they call Cousin Bella. That's my Cousin Bella. She, Bob's parents, my in-laws, angels, they always say, oh, you know, we have 6 grandchildren, because technically, you know, blood related is 5. But, you know, they always say 6 because they always include Bella. Bella's our oldest granddaughter.
Bring us to another dad that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
I think he is the most like me when it comes to parenting, because he's strict. The fact that he's present,
which is rare for a dad.
Yes. As a father, Javier is a great father.
Yeah.
I hats off, commend him. I'm like, he is amazing. He is there. He works his ass off, gets home and still plays, talks, spends true quality time.
Yeah.
Not just with Kelly, but with
Jasmine.
And
but the way she talks about him and the way she loves him, I could tell she loves him for a good reason. Like, he is a good person. He's a good father.
Another dad I have to mention.
Okay.
I have 2 more dads to mention.
Okay, aside from the...
aside from my brothers, you know, but another 2 men I have to mention is my cousin Eric.
Okay.
Stacy's husband.
Look, let me just tell you, their cute little family of, like, their little chicken nuggets that look exactly like them.
Oh my God, yes.
Freaking love them. I even Stacy is with Eric and Eric is with Stacy because the way she talks about him and stuff like that, you could tell he is just a good. And then the way you've always talked about him too, like he's just a good-hearted person. Period. Yes. So then I could just imagine him how he is as a dad with his son and his daughter.
Yeah,
period.
But yeah, you know, I think he's an amazing dad, and of course I have to mention my other compadre.
Who?
My cuñado Ricky, Richard, Erica's husband.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what? Erica's yes, Richard. Yeah. You've talked so good about him.
His ass off, and
he's there at the wrestling matches. He's there, like, and then he has to go to work right after, and like he's like ready to. Yeah, I mean, another person who has, like you mentioned, has grown so much. And is there for his kids.
And I mean, and the funny thing about Rick.
6 kids?
Yeah, 6 kids.
6 kids.
7 kids.
7. You see what I'm saying? Girl.
7 kids. Busts his ass off. Supports his family. All on his own.
And then so Erica can stay home with the kids.
Yeah. Love you, cuñado. What's up?
Right.
And I mean, besides that, I mean, he just like Bob, you know, he loves having me over.
Yeah. But Bella is his, like, number 1 love. Yeah. And I know at the end of the day that he would do anything for her. If he hates my guts, if he doesn't want to talk to me, I don't care. I just love the fact that he loves our daughter as much as he does.
He does.
He is one of the most hardworking people I know, working crazy hours as a plumber. And he loves his wife, which I love his wife. Like, she's probably nicer than he is to me. But, you know, the fact that he shows this much love to her and her daughter and then Bella and doesn't treat Bella any different than them, but doesn't treat them any different than Bella, because he tends to, like, when you're good with him, you're good with him. If you're bad, then he's going to push you aside and treat you like shit. I'm more than happy to do that.
I mean, obviously, straying away from our Father's Day subject and jumping into God, which is everyone's father.
Yes.
One of the things
God is everybody's daddy.
He's my daddy. But that's one of those. I love how you said that. You know, it's like I want to introduce her to God, and that's one of those things that I'm like, I so respect that, simply because, as you know, I was born and raised in the Catholic faith. I need God in my life, and this is right after the shootings here in Vegas. I was like, and Stacy told me, she was like, hey, my coworker invited me to her church, but I don't want to go by myself. Do you want to go with me? I was like,
And that's how you went to Central?
and that's how I went to Central.
No freaking way.
And I found a picture from the first time that we went.
No freaking way.
Yeah. And I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, I'll go with you. I was like, it's funny because I really want to go to a church. And I went in, and our pastor, Judd Wilhite, he gave the most amazing sermon. I was in the balcony and I was crying. I mean, like crying.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh. The entire service, I was like, I'm coming back next week.
And that's when I started.
And I kept going every week, and I volunteered. So I love that. Even though you haven't baptized Bells, you are open to that. You're like, I wanna
have her be introduced to God.
Yeah.
If it's through a Catholic church, which they are strict on. Now that she's freaking 11 years old, she has to go to school for 2 years to get baptized. So that's
yeah.
where I was
that's
like,
the thing that pisses me off.
I'm
about
like,
the
really?
Yeah.
Like, why would you? She has to learn about God. I know that. And that's what I want Bella. Maybe not godparents, but for her still to be introduced to a church, and then let her. Okay, Bella, this is that. What do you want to do, Mija?
Yeah.
And then let her choose. Do you want to get baptized or introduced into the church? Do that, and then you choose if you want to go from there. Mm-hmm. But I still want her to be spiritually connected to something.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I know I'm not spiritually connected to one, I would say, God.
Look, Esther, so when she comes back, I'm going to take her with me to Central.
Yeah.
Just so she can
She would love it. Meet other kids. Like,
yeah.
Just for her to get introduced into that religious community. Period.
And
guide me into religion and show me the way.
Mm-hmm.
I now, as a 21-year-old, have learned what I choose. I personally believe more in Greek mythology than anything else because, in my own preference,
the Greek mythology is beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I just can't give my whole power and all to one person, which would be considered God, compared to Zeus and Athena and different gods that actually specialize in everything that is about life. So Greek mythology always, since I was in middle school, opened up my mind to that stuff. Mm-hmm. But doesn't mean I don't believe in La Virgencita. La Virgencita, for some reason, growing up Catholic,
she's the mother.
I still have a connection with her, and why wouldn't you honor the main mother?
The mother, the Virgin Mary, who went through everything she went through, and then still has to see her son go through that journey to be killed, and he
crucified.
did it, then crucified, and he still did it so bravely, and to be there and wash him and wash his feet as his blood dripped through him. Mm-hmm. It's like that is that most unconditional love.
A mother's love.
Absolutely.
All right.
So I guess we're gonna let you guys go.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we will see you next week. Alright. Bye.